It's on.
I did not take it out.
Time, we're good?
Good. Almost time.
Right.
It's 4:29.
I didn't think I was ever gonna lose a pint of caffeine.
Oh, Lord.
That crashes out.
So what'd you do?
I listen to a book and eat everything that knelt on my house.
4:30.
Okay, I'd like to close the meeting to order. Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilman Needham. Here. Councilman Barnaby. Here. Supervisor Runyon.
here.
Councilman Brown.
Here.
Councilman Galusha.
Here.
I'd like to open up the meeting to privilege of the floor, if anybody would like to speak. Sure.
It's always me. Esther McCaff representing Richards Library. Want to just give you a little update, things that we're doing. First of all, our new furnaces are working great at the appropriate time, and we're excited about that. Next week, next Monday, Martin Luther King Day, we usually are not open, but they decided they would try it because the kids are off of school. I know everybody doesn't have that day off, but we're just going to see how that goes. One interesting thing is January 29th, we're doing a workshop on winter seed sowing for gardening. All ages, hands-on demo, they have some experts there, and give you some tips if you need them. And the other thing is we're looking forward to our 125th anniversary, which is happening in the summer. And that's, first meeting's on Tuesday. So, the other thing I'd like to say is if anybody was so inclined, please send your prayers and support to the Birdsall family. They really could use some. Thank you.
Thank you.
Basketball.
Okay, does anybody else wish to speak? Privilege of the floor? Yes.
Sure.
All right.
Get my notes here so I can see my glasses. Good evening. For the record, my name is Robin Mailer, and I'm here on behalf of Thurman Maple Days. Earlier this year, the town awarded $5,000 towards Maple Days and advised us to apply to the county for the remaining funding and to return to the town if the county did not fully refund the request. We followed that guideline and applied to Warren County for $26,725, and the county awarded us $10,000. Tonight we are requesting the remaining $11,725, which represents the gap between what the county awarded and the full scope of the event has already planned. This request is not an expansion and not a change in scope. It is the completion of the funding plan the town originally advised us to pursue.
All right, well then we'll move on to resolutions. First resolution is to approve abstract 1 claims for 2026. And bring that to the floor.
I will.
Andy, and a second.
Oh.
Right.
Who's that, Doug?
Randy and Doug.
Okay.
So, does anybody have any discussion about any of the invoices or anything? Okay. Resolution to approve abstract 1 claims for 2026 for the general fund is $23,435.98. And abstract 1 for the highway fund is $9,995.96. Total claims for the January is $33,431.94. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? No. The second one is the resolution to approve occupancy tax request for Maple Days. Does anybody want to bring that to the floor?
Oh.
Doug? additional request of occupancy tax has been submitted in the amount of $11,725 to supplement the $5,000 that has already been provided. The revised grant application is attached for your review. Be it resolved, the town board hereby approves the additional occupancy tax in the amount of $11,725. So we all have a copy of this grant application here. It shows the advertising at $25,475, printing $3,200, other is $1,200, equipment rental $1,850, for a total of $31,725. Is there any discussion? The only thing I would like to say is we do have money in occupancy tax, but we had decided to do the pavilion and the observatory, which will take mostly all of that money. So what are your feelings on giving any additional money to Maple Days?
$25 is a lot for advertising, I mean, that's a high number.
Was that 25, was that for establishing that act that you usually talked about prior? No? No. Now, is this just one advertising company that you talked to, or have you talked to others? You know,
It's the same guy that we've used in the past.
have you ever looked around for other advertisers other than the same guy?
Not that
But just asking, that's all.
Not that I know
I'm
of,
just
no.
curious, because I know when we have to go somewhere, we always have to have 3 quotes or something, you know. And
He was,
I was just wondering if these have looked around, to maybe you could.
he was recommended by another, Thurman business.
You don't need 3 quotes for professional
No, I
services.
know, what I'm just saying is, I don't know why they wouldn't, to me, that is steep too. I'm just asking questions, that's all.
And we haven't talked specifically, but from what I understand, from what I know about the costs for advertising and graphics, and I don't know the terminology, but what he does for us and what he's offered for us, I don't think we could get a price anywhere close to what he's offering us for what he can do. We've talked with the Lake Village Chamber, and we've talked with the Warren County Tourism,
Mhm.
and we've talked with the chamber in Warrensburg.
Yeah.
And I feel that we're getting a really good deal from what he gives us.
It reflects like promotion, coordination, logistics,
Yeah.
needed to deliver the event at a professional level and county recognized level.
We're hoping to build the event to make it bigger than it ever has
Oh,
been.
yeah.
And I don't know, were you gonna mention that we're looking for other funds to
Well,
participate?
yeah, actually, this is coming out.
We're hoping to get other participants from town to participate. We want anybody in town
Yeah.
that's able to benefit from having the tourists in town, the visitors. It's not just for the tourists, but farms. I mean, you know, we've had other people, the churches, the fire company, there's been other people that have benefited and been involved in it over the years. It's not just the set few, and we're actively looking for others still.
The only issue that I have is that, county planner is already working on the pavilion, and we've already committed with the observatory. The county's gonna be giving us $10,000 toward that, and so whatever we give is really exceeding what we've already spent, like, in theory, what we have. So, I mean, I'd be comfortable to match the 8,000 that the full farm tour returned and give the extra 3. That would work for, because we need to have enough to build the pavilion and the observatory as well. So we're actually going into next year's money in order to do that, in addition to what we have.
Can you tell us how much occupancy tax the town does have at this point?
About 100,000. And the pavilion will cost more than that. And I really think we should move ahead with the capital projects in order to have additional revenue to come into the town. We could use that to get, but we have no outside source of revenue coming in, and those two things would help bring money into the town. So,
Can you tell me how you expect those to, I mean, I just can't foresee that, I'm not sure how that's gonna work.
by renting them out, both of them. Once it's built, by renting it out, putting the ice rink in there, renting that out. Right now, the youth director's got Girl Scouts coming in, they could be using that. They could have a club that goes up to the observatory. I'm hoping, because what I'm watching with the sales tax, in prior years, we've always had a large increase in the sales tax that we could fall back on, but this past year, we've only had $26,000 above budget. Normally, we have at least 100,000 above budget. It's because more revenue's being recognized with the sales tax, but we don't know what's going to happen with that, because now the county has mandates with the federal government not funding certain things that are mandated. They're looking at needing $4 million more, on top of the $2 million they just lost with the fraud. They're scaling back, as you know, otherwise they could have gave you your full amount, but they're scaling everything back, and I'm worried that that's gonna affect us, because that sales tax is half our general fund budget.
Well, I'm confused. Is this OT money that we're talking about, or are we talking about revenue? I'm not catching.
Both, we're talking about both. If our sales tax revenue drops, we're gonna have to make that up some way, and I'm trying to find capital projects that we can use in the future to bring in revenue.
Got it, thanks.
Yeah.
Besides the occupancy tax that we are trying to create by having the events, I mean, that's the original purpose of the occupancy tax, is to get tourists into the hotels to pay the occupancy tax. It's a circle, it's to get the tourists in to pay the occupancy tax, and then the county gives the towns to create events to bring more tourists in. And I think you and I discussed this before, years and years ago, before the occupancy tax. I can still picture the pie chart. I can picture looking at it and being outraged at the amount of my tax dollars that were going for tourism. But since the occupancy tax started, either there's nothing going from our tax dollars to tourism, or it's very, very small. I mean,
That's right.
So the occupancy tax
Funds.
the tourism advertising,
Right.
and that's what we're trying to do. So not only do we do that, and though we don't talk about this, the events that we put on bring in sales tax. Now, the people that come into Warren County don't just come to Thurman. When they come to the Maple Days, they go to other places. I mean, they go to Lake George, they go to Queensbury, they go shopping, they go to restaurants. They don't just come to here. So they're paying the sales tax also. So the more events and the more people we can attract helps us both ways.
Right.
And that's what we're trying to do. We want to make this the biggest Maple Days ever. We want to bring people, I mean, we do bring people from all over. We bring them from New Jersey, we've had them from out west. We had somebody come from one of the western states. They wanted to come and see Maple, but they came to Thurman because of our advertising, and that was last year with our advertising, doing that. So I mean, that's what we're trying to do. It's not like we're just trying to,
I know.
and I know you know that, it's not like
Yeah, I
we're
know.
just trying to get money to spend it, but that's what our dream is, to make this the biggest and the best, and to get the people in to this event for the occupancy tax and for the sales tax. So we're trying to do that.
I just wanna make sure I'm able to do the other two things that we talked about, that we agreed on before, which was the two capital projects.
Those capital projects haven't been discussed by the board or approved by the board, and we haven't allocated any money for them.
We did discuss them.
Oh, we talked about them conceptually, but the board has never made it, there's no resolutions or nothing's been brought to the board, no details. We've not seen anything. There's no plans, no. Yes.
I'm just curious, does it matter what anybody says? Has the mind been made up about this? Or, I mean, we could just stop talking. 'Cause we don't need to, if your minds are made up about it.
Is this 25,000, is that itemized or is it just one lump sum for the advertising?
Oh, I'm so bad at figures and you've been discussing this, this is a
I'm
question.
sorry, can I get an answer to my
No,
question
I'm just
first?
wondering, that's all, I'm just curious.
It's not a hard question.
I don't remember when I wrote it. OT.
Brownie, while she looks that up, can I ask, or get an answer to the question? If your minds are made up and there's nothing that can be said about it,
I'm just wondering.
it'd be good to know.
about this, because this just brings us up almost to the figure that we had before when you wanted to start the act, that's why I'm just.
No,
curious.
this, the app's got nothing to do with this.
That's all, then you answered my question.
Oh, is the app off the table now?
Yeah, that's not part of the OT money that we're asking for.
That was a good concept.
It was.
From my perspective, Maple Days is a good hook, and we
Oh,
should
yeah,
build on that.
I don't disagree with you at
Because
all, yeah.
it's a happening thing. I like the idea of a new pavilion.
Yeah.
This is pretty tired up here too, so
Mhm.
it's a struggle, but I certainly wouldn't wanna, well, our belts are tighter all around, but Maple
This
Days, I think, is the one thing we're like famous for.
Mhm.
Right.
This application doesn't ask for a detailed budget of how that's split up, but
I mean, we can
you
do that.
saw the county application.
Mhm.
This is the same as that.
Mm-hmm.
The county application was broke down in more detail. This application doesn't ask for that detail. It's all.
No, it doesn't mean I can get it, I mean, if the,
No, I was just wondering if the app, that's all.
I'm curious about how much revenue you anticipate from your two capital projects. Was it, you got a
depends how
dollar
far
amount?
we wanna, who wants to do it and how far we can use it. I mean, we've already got, like there's a hockey team that's interested in renting it, there's Girl Scouts that are interested in being up there. I talked to Adirondack Axe about doing an event up there. It could grow, that could grow, and it would be something permanent that we'd have. And then, you know, Maple Days has been around, it's very well known and very well, you have county advertising too, and, right, don't the county help you advertise?
It's grown, it's
Yeah.
grown because of the work we've done and even last year, we were talking about what we're gonna do for parking because we are hoping to get it just huge. I mean, Thurman's known right now for the maple capital of the state.
Mm-hmm.
And we just we wanna do it for us, we wanna do it for the town, and we wanna do it for the county. I mean, this is what we're working for, and our advertising person is, I mean, he's fantastic. He just has a vision of making this just balloon, just blow up. He's terrific.
And can I say, just add that he doesn't just have a vision, but what he did last year made the event explode.
It did.
Mhm.
We had a tremendous amount of people that heard about it that way that had never been here before. We get a lot of repeat, but now we're getting new people in, and families, and they're looking for things to, and it's a beautiful area all seasons, and we'd love to be able to have a lot of things going on that would bring people into the community.
mean, now, our business on Mud Street, which is off the beaten path, but, people that come to Maple Days remember us, and when they come up in the summer, they know we have a farm stand, an on your honor thing, and they come up, or they'll just stop. I mean, we closed our farm stand the first week in November, and I got people showing up at the end of December and January, because we're working on the shirt house and somebody's there.
Mhm.
They're like, you got served? They're like, we'll go next door.
Yeah.
Pat did that. I know.
We get a lot of the skiers.
Yeah, but so, I mean, they know we're there, they pop in and they know we live right next door, but.
Yeah.
We'd love to have some of the smaller maple farms join us. So, I mean, somebody asked the other day if, there was any of the farms that had the buckets out. Well, since Adirondack Gold stopped, we don't have anybody doing that, and we'd love a smaller operation to be open and let people see the other way that it's been done. Now, I had a call from somebody that's involved in some sort of Jeep and duck race with the Winter Carnival.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're gonna come to Thurman and they're looking for different spots in Thurman to have the ducks. And what they'll do is they'll stop at the place, they'll get the duck, they'll shop if there's a place to shop, and then they'll go back to the village, to Lake George, and there's contests as far as a grand prize for whoever got the most ducks, I guess. And then there's a drawing for whichever business they went to. They got our names from the Maple site, from the webpage.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Yeah.
a poker run, but for Jeeps.
Yeah.
Ducks. Ducks instead of cards.
What would be the max that we could do, that you would figure that would be fair? I personally think that's a little high, but I would like to help some,
Yeah,
you know, I don't wanna shut them out.
no,
It would be,
but I don't wanna miss out on doing the other two things because I don't have enough, so I think we could easily do the 3,000 because they return that, so that's really their own money anyway.
Was there any money left over from Old Homestay not happening?
The full farm tour,
No.
what they called the farm tour that happened when it didn't, yes, and that's where I'm getting the 3,000 from. I allocated 8, and there were a couple events that happened, there was, Way of the Willow, and there was something else at Rustic Acres.
Are we talking about the same thing? Old Home Days?
No, I'm talking about, the full farm tour that didn't happen.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the last time we were talking about money, you said that you needed money to do Old Home Days. And I wondered if there was, and it didn't happen, so was there money left from that?
Oh, bringing it back?
Mhm.
Well,
And when I asked if that was a certainty, you said absolutely you would be doing that this year.
we won't be able to do the home days probably.
So the fall farm tour turned into, was a different event, but called something different.
yeah, it was multiple people who did it though, not just one, there were different people requested funds to do something on that day.
The TCA was actually awarded $8,000 for the fall farm tour, and we returned all of it.
Right.
Right. And then we gave 5 from it for this, that left 3.
That still doesn't answer when we were looking for money in addition to that 8,000. You said that you wanted to commit money to doing Old Home Days this fall, not 2026 fall, 2025 fall. And when I asked you, well, if it doesn't happen, will that money be available? And you said it's going to happen. So what happened to the money that was allocated for it?
It's in the pool, it's part of that 100,000. So it didn't get spent for Old Homes Day.
Right? And so that's money that should be available. Unless you're saying you're now gonna allocate it to
I'm gonna-
capital projects.
Yes, I'd like to allocate it to the capital.
I'm slow, but I
projects.
can keep up.
Mhm.
I got it.
Yeah. So, is there anybody who has a different opinion than that? What do you think?
I think we should help in what we can, you know, hurt the others, to be fair, you know. 'Cause I see that TCA did contribute $5,000.
That's from the town.
Yeah, that's from the occupancy
No.
tax was 5. Warren County was 10, and it says TCA contribution
yes.
was 5,000.
We have money in our account.
The TCA plans to use 5,000 of their own.
Oh,
Right,
money,
In
exactly.
addition to
in
the,
addition to.
So that's what I asked the last time, but I couldn't get an answer. I
Oh,
guess,
sorry.
you know, what?
Well,
Fund
okay.
it.
Yeah, the town gave us 5,000, the county, we went to the county, they gave us 10.
Yeah.
TCA is gonna put in, donate some of their money in our funds to that. Which makes
Why
it
don't we,
20, and then
why don't we
it's
match
for
their
the remaining.
contribution then? We'll match their 5. That work?
Mhm.
Or do you still think that's illegal?
Go short on our project?
You know, we might be, we'll just divert it maybe from somewhere else. If
Yeah.
we do.
That would give, that would give,
Okay, so we'll match their 5,000. Does that sound good? Is that the votes for that?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so then the motion will change to resolve the Thurman Town Board hereby approves the additional occupancy tax in the amount of $5,000. Okay?
Will you rewrite that? What should,
it's just changing the amount to $5,000.
oh, but I see 2 amounts here. So take out the 11,000 and,
No, leave that, because that's what the request was, just change this one, the bottom one.
oh, the bottom one, okay, I get it now. All right.
Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any
I'm
opposed?
recusing myself.
Okay, that motion passes. Oh, we have, discussion items, reports from the town board liaisons. You'll go first, Doug.
Liaison for Catwood, the highway report. This month has been mostly the usual routine road maintenance, cleaning up recent weather events, as well as the repair and upkeep of trucks and equipment. We were down 2 trucks, we had a broken top frame, has been repaired and returned to service. The other is out awaiting a new PTO valve body, which is being shipped from Penco. Salt deliveries have been slow getting to us. I contacted our vendor and have finally gotten most of our outstanding orders delivered. Talking with Megan at WCGPW to find out if there may be any funding this year to bridge New York to possibly replace the old culvert on Riverville Road with a new bridge or bottomless culvert like the one we built on River Road. She has not been made aware of any funding this year. However, she is attending a meeting to discuss bridge funding and will contact me with the results at that meeting. We received a check from FEMA last month in the amount of $8,935.04. This was reimbursement for management costs associated with disaster number 4472DR, which occurred between 10/31/19 and 11/01/19. I signed off on this project January 25th, 2022. Something more to report this month. Copy of the FEMA report is attached.
Thanks.
Doug, I'll need a copy of that. I'll need a copy of that for the minutes. Thanks.
Richard Chase for the code enforcement, there's no calls, no problems.
That's good. Ed?
Well, it's all the same, we need to get the garbage in, garbage out, but we are gonna get a new electronic company, it's out of, Rochester. We're doing away with ELOT, and we're going to a Rochester-based company, and the same thing, if we don't charge the customer or the person, they don't charge us for the electronics. But there is a charge for batteries and for us at light bulbs, which is considerably lower than what ELOT was, and a lot less hidden cost. The other company, we'd get a bill without knowing that something was scrapped. Half the time they wouldn't take the old TVs because there's no money in them, so they collect. And other than that, we're still trying to shrink the transfer station up where it's closer, you know, eventually we'll get it where we can get back into our loop. You know, make it a lot more user friendly for people. That's about it. Now, we'll put this, we'll put this on the website if they would, you know.
Do what?
Put these figures on the website. I've got some copies here if people wanna look at it. There's extra copies.
Is there a Word,
It's in
electronic
Rochester.
Word copy of this? Scan it?
No,
Well,
that's
actually,
just
doesn't Wells Beach do that?
There's 3 pages for the bid, only one person won the bid, so it's really only a note,
Rochester.
it should only be like a notification of
Yeah.
who won the bid and who's doing it. It's,
Okay, I guess I'm not sure what this is.
I can come in and go over it with you.
You can tell it to me
I'll come
this
over-
week, okay.
I'll come in and go over it with you, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Anytime you want, yeah, just let me know, okay?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Brownie, are they taking automotive batteries as well?
Yeah, they take a assortment of batteries, they're mixed, you know, they will take them at a certain price, so. And they can be mixed according to the new information, which is better than we had before.
Is it free store open there, or whatever?
no, he ran out of, warm weather to pour the concrete. It needs to have more fill dirt underneath to make it level, so until it's level, no, yeah. Of course, there's some things in there, but no access.
He didn't drop anything off.
And, also Deb did give me a new copy of from DEC, I'm gonna post that up there, I'll make some copies for the people. If you wanna contact them on certain recyclable stuff, okay? That'll be posted up there on the bulletin board too.
You want that on the website?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I'll bring these when we
Okay.
come, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Randy?
I didn't have an opportunity to speak to Brett, so I don't know what's going on.
I haven't heard of anything happening though,
No.
he hasn't told me about any dogs being picked up or anything. Okay. The other thing is we're taking letters of interest for the Thurman court clerk position. It's, she's looking to hire somebody for Tuesdays to handle the money that comes in during court and some paperwork. So if anybody's interested, they can drop off a letter of interest here to the town hall and we'll get it to Sheila.
Do you want that advertised? Is she,
She didn't ask me to post it on the paper or anything, I can check with her, but,
want it on the website?
yeah, maybe on the website. I'll ask her what she wants me to do. She just found out about this and told me yesterday, so,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, and then there's a couple of, funding applications here. One is funding available for Warren County homeowner septic repairs and replacement. It's based on income, and it's for anyone who lives in Warren County. On Cynthia's door is a sign that tells you what the income limits are. This only tells me for a family of 4, they need less than 80,000 in annual income, but the sign that's up on her door will say 1 person, 2 person, so you can see if you qualify. And pass this along to anybody that might benefit from getting their septic fixed or replaced.
Is that the one that's conditioned on location has to be within certain distance of designated streams or water bodies? I don't know, if it is, it's not open to just anybody, it has to be within certain areas.
I think this listed them, but it didn't include that. For single-family homes anywhere in Warren County, availability contingent on price of repairs or replacement, but I know what you're talking about. There was one that it did matter if there was water, here we go. Past rounds of the septic system improvement funding are available only for residents living in specified watersheds, but this new program uses income-based criteria to determine who is eligible no matter where they live. Do you want a copy of this though? Do you
No,
know
I'm fine.
somebody?
No, that's good. That should be posted on the website, and we should advertise
Yeah,
that.
a lot of people can
Yeah.
benefit from this.
Yep.
The other thing, and then, Esther McTagg referenced it for the library, but Cornell Cooperative Extension is also holding a winter sewing program, SOW, January 22nd, and it's about starting your seeds in a greenhouse. It's $5 per person, and they'll take home a container of winter sown seeds. And the third one is a community conservation grant program. This is mostly for municipalities or clubs. It's $1,000 per project. Crandall Park did a monarch festival for the butterflies with the money that they received. We'll be discussing whether anybody here could apply, like the youth director might be interested, or something down at the transfer station. Rain gardens was one of the examples. So we have that here if you know of any Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, any kind of club that might want to participate in that. And that's all I have. So after the meeting, we'll conduct our financial audit, everything is ready. Is there anything else anyone wanted?
Have we heard anything from the surveyor on the cemetery?
No?
Sounds like we need to rattle his cage again. So,
Yeah.
and the other thing was we had talked about the senior exemption, and I don't know if Shay's in a position yet to be able to provide us with the information we need for.
I definitely can. I know that was on the radar. I didn't know if I can get it to you guys by the next meeting.
That would be
The
good.
impact statement.
Okay, that would be
And what,
perfect.
Deb, could you provide me with the details
Okay.
of exactly what you need?
Mm-hmm.
We'll chat.
Yeah, it was about increasing the
Mhm.
income level.
Yep.
Yeah, I can get you that. I can do it, by Tuesday. I can do it Tuesday.
Awesome.
Okay.
Where's this from?
Right, do you have anything else? No. Okay, does it up.
Motion adjourned.
In favor, say aye.
Aye.
Who seconded? I didn't
I'll
hear.
second.
Oh, nobody did. Okay.
And it would just be the automatic second. Can I keep this? I mean, I have this, but
Oh, yeah.
you have.